Well, boys, it looks like this is it. We put in our final bit of Solana at the top. So we currently have in our wallet. All right, guys, as many of you know, just a few days ago, I joined a paid private alpha group. I didn't have an exact plan in mind with how much money I want to make or I want to lose within just doing 1 week of this alpha group, but my goal is to update you on the entire process. You're going to find out in this video exactly where we're at with that, where we are heading, and of course, most importantly, what I've learned from this process about alpha groups, about trading, about how meme coins work, and so much more. I've already uploaded days 1 and 2. While there's not going to be daily video updates, I will update you every time I do a video. So this is going to be on days 3 and 4 of this paid alpha group. My overall experience, a lot of my buys and sells, and a crazy story about a major person within this alpha group. And of course, at the end, I will update you on my balance and where I hope to be before next video. So with all that being said, let's take a look at a couple of things going on in the market before diving into this, because all of this greatly affects what we call the meta. A lot of this affects the liquidity flow into this and just general sentiment of how much people want to gamble on these tokens, because let's be real, most of them are going to zero. This is a big one, particularly because we've been trading a lot of Solana meme coins. Messi actually posted on his story today that about a Solana ticker water made by some random devs that was at a $25 million market cap, that was completely illiquid and really sketchy holder count. He tweeted this Solana ticker and it went from 25 mil to 100 mil. That was an easy 4x. And while you might be thinking, oh, only a 4x, well, when you're doing like low market caps, you could do a lot more than that. The good thing about it being at a $25 million market cap, I don't remember the exact liquidity, but you can add much more size and one, be a little bit more confident, and two, actually be able to exit with more size. So if somebody wanted to put 100 SOL in at $25 million market cap, they would have no problem pulling 400 SOL out at $100 million market cap. I'm not endorsing this token. I'm not endorsing any tokens that I mentioned on this channel. I'm just talking about news and some tokens I either observed or looked at. Now, one of my things and problems with this particularly is, you would think with paying for an alpha group that they would have people that are scanning and early to this type of news and that it would hit the group. I did not. I was in that group all morning and this was not posted until an $80 million market cap. It was already cooked by then. I'm not going to risk a ton of SOL for this celebrity shill at 80 million to hopefully it goes to 100 million so I can get my 20%, especially on a very low liquidity trading wallet. That's just a no for me. So I didn't touch this, but this was definitely important to look at. A couple more things before we dive right into it would be there was some big news with, of course, Germany selling off about $951 million, which is the largest single day Bitcoin liquidation. With that being said, Germany and the Mt. Gox situation still accounts for less than 1% of the total Bitcoin market cap. While this is like very good FUD going around, I think ultimately shaking out these countries isn't necessarily a bad thing. I think this is very recoverable and we'll see where the market goes from there. And ultimately, I didn't have this pulled up yet, but the ETF inflows are still going pretty strongly. If you look at this right here, this is the institutional capital that are investing in Bitcoin, the ETFs. And really within the last like over a week, it's been nothing but green days. You have 2 that were negative days, but the last one on July 5th was actually $143 million coming in. A lot of people are saying, oh, smart money's getting out of the market, you know, blah, blah, blah. Well, if you look at, you know, ETF, they're still buying in. They're still bullish. So I'm interested to see what today and the next few days is going to be because ultimately it flows in here and goes to the rest of the market. Also, more good news, also from Watcher Guru, is that there's been several files for S1 Ethereum spot ETF. This is basically, to my understanding, the actual ETF that allows you to put money into the market. So there's the ETF approvals. That doesn't mean that money's already flowing into Ethereum. I believe S1 is either that or a step closer to that. That's not really the primary focus of this video, just some good news I heard about, some more good ETF news. So there's that. So as far as trades go, let's go into them. So I had a couple of winners, couple of losers during the last few days. Most were from the alpha group, and man, oh man, do I have some stories with this. I want to go into the Zodiac one in just a minute. This is actually one that I'm still holding half a bag of. I want to go into this messy one. This is one of the craziest stories that's happened to me. Oh man, this is This is wild. So I'm in the Discord chilling. And by the way, I still don't want to say the name of the Discord because I don't want to get kicked out. I want to stay for a week, and I do want to say positive things. There was a positive one over the weekend. If you watched my last video, we got into Relax Cat at 100K market cap. It ran up to 1.8 million. We DCA'd out at 500K, but there's still some good gains and saved the wallet that you saw at the beginning of the video. This one, on the other hand, I don't know if this person was officially with the group that I'm in or not, but they were in voice chat sharing their screen all morning, basically making calls, having fun, you know, talking to me, everybody, everything like that. They ended up, there was this token that dropped and they wanted to CTO it essentially. CTO is a community takeover. That's when they buy up a token, maybe a group of people, and you send it as a community and you kind of push it. Very insider, very cabal, very ethical concerns. Not really here to talk about that. Here to just talk about what's actually going on. So that's what happened. And they did that. They bought a lot. They said they're going to pay for Deck Screener, which is a pretty high cost. And basically once something gets on Deck Screener, it can, you know, almost be guaranteed to send even higher. So I was like, you know, I've been listening to this person for a while. I might as well get involved with something. So I bought, you know, relatively high when they were saying all this. Within like 5 minutes, somebody that set up the Telegram for this CTO messed up permissions, and basically a lot of these people are like in a random Xbox live party, if I can explain it. Like they're talking about each other's moms, they're saying slurs or whatever. This is the culture of this highly gambling centered culture. I mean, that's it. I'm just being upfront and honest. So they messed up on the Telegram and they messed up on the perms. So ended up somebody went and changed the picture to something horrible and graphic and changed the name of the group to a rug. So the person that bought all the supply and wanted to pay for the Deck Screener said, you know what, you guys really messed it up, so I'm about to dump and I'm not going to pay for Deck Screener, and just sent this thing solo. Joke's on me, of course. I'm not blaming anybody for this, but I lost 76% on that trade, and I went a little heavier because I was like, oh, that makes sense. You know, they're going to CTO this token, and they just didn't. Well, that being said, that was absolutely wild. Regardless of whether that was the group owner or somebody random, I definitely not a good thing for the group to do that. Group is very PvP. A lot of people got wrecked during that. By the way, here's my referral code. You can scan it down below for Unibot. But yeah, a lot of people got wrecked during that. There's a lot of just tension in the chat. People were like, you know, some people, it was very PvP, which is player versus player, because everybody was mad because a couple people just coordinated dunked. So there's that. Now the other one, here's a good one. This one actually did not come from the group. This is over the weekend. I actually had 2 of these. So I'm probably break even or a little positive, but most of the good plays have not came from paid groups. They've either came from my own accord and doing things that I've showed you how to do in other videos, or if they came from free groups. I'll talk about one of the free groups in just a few minutes. This Zodiac, I basically just saw a lot of people talking about this on Twitter. Actually, somebody I follow a lot, he bought a penguin during the bear market for like 444 ETH. I think his @ is like Kinky Bedbugs. Interesting @ I know. He just mentioned Zodiac, and I saw a lot of other people noticing it, and I actually like got the absolute dip at like 40 something K. Last I checked, it was above 100K. I was up 144%. I did go like somewhat heavy compared to this wallet in there. I sold off 50% when we hit like 120K, and I'm holding the rest for a moon bag. Really happy with this play, and I think Zodiac still has life. And I wrote up like a whole thing on that, but it's not. I'm not making these videos to talk about individual tokens, and I'm not endorsing any individual tokens. And lastly, we have GTO. I think I still had that actually pulled up. GTO is, so of course we looked at Germany selling off. So here's one thing that I really want to say that's important to look for while like hyper trading these low market cap meme coins is there's metas. And basically you got to follow the meta. So one of the metas today was Messi. If you can tell on the Messi, which was Messi Cat, I was down 76%, but there was tons and tons of tokens released as Messi, around Messi. We had Messi's mom, Messi's brother, Messi's sister, Messi's cat, Messi's dog, blah. It's really crazy. The next one is Germany. If you paid attention during the beginning of the video, you would know that Germany sold a ton of Bitcoin today. So there's a lot of Germany-based meme coins. Some of them I did not feel ethical touching. This one was a little bit more normal. This is Germany takeover, basically similar to CTO, community takeover. It's kind of like that, but with GTO. There's an America one that did insane numbers, so people were kind of banking on this. I got in, got out. I'm glad I did. I pretty much sold at absolute top. I only held for 6 minutes, and that was mainly to try to make up for my messy loss that I held for 3 minutes. You'll see a lot of this like as trading. So this was the GTO that I was talking about. Market cap's currently just dead. It's back at 4,611. This is on pump.fun. I like to just refresh this page and look what people are saying. Like during the time, people were saying CTO. Now, granted, there's a lot of drainers in here. There's a lot of misinformation, but it's just interesting to kind of look at to see where it's going. And of course, if you want to do further research, I would definitely recommend using a burner account for this because I've seen a couple of drainers, but going to look at the Telegram is actually pretty important for some of this too. Basically, the Telegram has a voice chat. They're active. They're kind of talking about where the community is going to go. That's really, you're in the nitty gritty, and you could really learn a lot about these tokens if you care to do that. All in all, there's another one that I hit over the weekend that I'll pull up right here. This was a really cool experience. This was Boppy. Boppy I got from this guy, Flory's Telegram. Flory is a free Telegram. It's pretty good. It's literally just him making calls, and that's it. Kind of giving a brief explanation of the call. This post, basically, the TLDR on this was I didn't spend a lot of time. So the reason that this looks different than my typical BullX that I'm trading on, which, by the way, if you want access to BullX, I'll leave that down below. That's the bot that I use typically, but I also use a Unibot. I use Unibot when I'm not really at my desktop setup. So like on weekends when I am a stay-at-home dad with my two girls. I don't really pay attention to a lot of things going on. I'm a lot more hands-off. So I got a ping from this group. I put in a little bit of money, did a bunch of stuff. Like I cooked, I put one of my girls down for a nap after they ate. I came back and I was at almost a 2x. So I took the profits on that, and that was on Boppy. So ultimately with Boppy and with the other one, thankfully I went in with size. GTO I didn't, but with Zodiac I went in with size. It kind of made up for all the losses that you saw at the beginning of the video. With all that being said, this alpha group is really whooping me. It's looking like we're not going to make our money in a week. We have a couple days left. I'm going to show you just all of that and kind of the game plan in here in just a second. But if you haven't watched the first few, definitely be following those and get ready for updates. But let's take a look at this. So it's pretty rough here, fam. I had some GTO on here, and then of course I had it on the wallet I just showed you. It's pretty much at 0, and I can't sell it because I have a 0.02 priority fee. I'm obviously going to lower that just so I can get rid of this and not have anything in this wallet. Yeah, there's been a couple mistakes that I made. I think the 0.02 priority fee might be a bit much for me. I might need to lower that, trading these micro caps at like 0.1 at a time. We did get liquidated on this wallet, which we basically got liquidated earlier this week. We then hit like a 5x or 10x and kept it going. At this point, I just don't think it's going to be as fun to continue going off of like if I sold this the 0.01. I don't think it's going to be as fun for you guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put one Solana in this wallet. This isn't really a Solana challenge. This is more of an experience to see if we can make or lose money in an alpha group. So this will just be easier to track. So basically, I'm going to put one Solana in this wallet for the next video. And next time you see my content, you'll see if that one Solana is 2 Solana, 10 Solana, or maybe it's back down to liquidation prices again. We'll see how that goes. Again, what I'm using right here does have a referral system. Basically, if you sign up under my code, I get a kickback for that. So it'll be down below in the comments. I don't get a kickback off, like you don't have to buy anything. It just goes off of volume and fees. And you also save 10% on fees when you use mine. You can see I have 36 referrals. I'm transparent with everything on here. You can see the referral tier that I'm in, and I've earned a total of $10 off of referring people. So yeah, that's how that goes. So yeah, be sure to use that link and you will save 10% on fees using my discount. And if you guys like this content, if you like this style, be sure to let me know down below in the comments. Be sure to give this video a like. Any way you can interact with it helps a ton, all those YouTube things, and I'll see you guys next time.